I did watch the thing yesterday, but I'm sure he said it was
The box set is pre-order next week, which means the Codex is. I don't
well,
think they'll send me the box.
yeah, he didn't really say because they said it was going to be the squid, whatever they are, the Squid Rider guys. It was their box, wasn't it? Just going for real. The Codex is in it, isn't it?
Yes.
But they didn't say whether it was available separately or not straight away. And did they not do this?
No, so when they showed that off, they actually turned around and said that it will be coming earlier than the Codex. So if you get it, you'll have the Codex earlier than other people.
This is what I mean. They did the same thing with those Lunar, didn't they? The army book.
Yes.
They did the box. They had to wait. Was it about a month for the book?
Oh, no, it was about 8 weeks.
Yeah,
Sisters was the same originally.
What why did they piss people off?
I know, right?
Why I don't get it, why they don't understand it. Seems a bit. It's like they kind of like cut their noses to spite their faces and sit down.
So, I've got some tasty new Marvel models, Mitch. I have Mysterio and Carnage.
Yeah. I like the Mysterio model.
Jean Grey and Cassandra Nova, and Spider-Man and Black Cat. So I'm going to build them up.
The Mysterio model look quite cool with a bit of like shaded chrome paint on the head.
Well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some flip paint that I've got.
Yeah, that'll work.
And do that. I've seen loads of people in the Marvel group have done like marble, not marbles, but like done some sort of like resin effect to like printed like a resin ball to put in his face instead.
Clear. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Oh god, it was lovely and sunny a minute ago. Now it's pouring down.
Might go black here as well.
I'm just gonna run and see what Lucy's doing. I can hear her buzzing, whirring downstairs. Soren! Good morning from Texas. I'm assembling my 2 boxes of Dominion right now and watching you in the background.
Good morning from Texas. I am assembling my 2 boxes of Dominion right now and watching you in the background.
Thank you very much. We did give you a shout out during the Wars on Caradron book, Soren, for sending me 3 units of Nurgle Demons, which will come in handy for using that Army of Renown with Be'lakor. I will be right back. I need to go and check Lucy. Because I know she's not hoovering because the hoover's there. She's not even doing anything, it must be outside. She's fast asleep on the sofa. She's worn out, bless her. But I've painted a couple of Marvel models this week. So I finished Sabretooth. There's Sabretooth. Went for his classic colours. I've nearly done Hydra Bob as well, which is just a... It's like a troll character that they included with Deadpool. And I've started Wong. Lucy has done Hela, Loki and Thor. But she's asked me to finish the bases off for them. So... I wasn't overly fussed about a lot of the latest releases for this month's Marvel stuff, Mitch. Like, I think last month's was really good. So last month was the Spider-Man and Black Cat, Carnage and Mysterio, and Kraven and Lizard. Like, if you're a Spider-Man fan, like, that month was just phenomenal for Spidey fans. But then this month, right, you've got Jean Grey and Cassandra Nova, Now, if anybody doesn't know who Cassandra Nova is, she is basically Xavier's evil twin sister. But she basically took control of his body. So that's who she is. And a lot of people were like, meh, it's such a niche character, like no one really cares about her. But that's why they put her with Jean, to sell her, because nobody would buy her otherwise. But yeah, getting Jean was cool, because like Cyclops and Wolverine, Storm and Beast, and then obviously Magneto, Toad, Mystique, and someone else have been out for quite a while, but obviously Jean is such a prominent figure within the X-Men universe, and everybody was waiting for her, so it makes sense to put her with her. The other release that we had was Sam Wilson Captain America. Pretty cool, especially seeing as Falcon and Winter Soldier have just been out. And War Machine. Neither of which, like, the models are cool, don't get me wrong, but neither of them, like, really stand out. And Sam has a leadership ability for the Avengers, which is cool again, but it's not that great. Caps is just better. And, like, whilst they are popular characters, but, like...
Sounds like hard work.
Yeah. And then there was Omega Red, which is an X-Men villain. And again, not that many people really know who he is. So, for me, it felt like a very slow month of releases.
Months, because it saves you money.
It does. It does. It means I can pick up ones that I actually missed.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Actually, I wanted that one. I'll grab that.
Yeah, exactly. So Battle Bunker very kindly hooked me up with 2 boxes, and I bought the third because I'm pretty skinned. I should have been up in Aberdeen this weekend, actually, at Grant's Farm Hammer. But because my car needed new tyres and a water pump, it was a case of no.
It's a lot of money, and it's got hotel, fuel, food.
Well, not just that. I mean, we could camp because obviously he's got the farm, and there's plenty of space. And he basically, his missus was cooking, and basically said, "Look, can everyone like just chuck in a tenner for like the barbecues and stuff?" And everyone was like, "Yeah, cool, no worries." But it's a 6.5 hour drive, and that's a lot of diesel.
Yes, that's what I mean. The fuel was it's like when I came up here, it was like, well,
well, exactly. It's like
I don't pay for my fuel, and it was on the way.
But exactly, but like it's like I'm pretty far north, aren't I, Mitch?
Yeah, it's basically as far from me to you again, isn't it? So
again, north, yeah, because like you're on the bottom coast. I'm technically in the middle. When you consider that Aberdeen's not even really the top coast.
No.
It's up there. Don't get me wrong, it is, but it's not right up there. So I haven't really painted much recently, Mitch, right? I mean, I painted the odd Marvel characters and stuff, but like I've been so burnt out. But I've been kind of excited to paint some orcs up for Lucy, because I printed those squigs that look like they're the size of killer cans, right? I did 3 of them.
Yeah.
I printed an entire Morkanaut. I don't know if you're watching the stream, you'll see it, but that's a 3D print. Like, that's big.
Well, when it catches up. Oh wow, yeah.
Like, that's big.
And see that? Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, is there like a transport hatch or whatever on it?
A transport hatch?
Or doesn't the Morkanaut have transport?
Technically yes, usually, but whatever. Whatever.
Yeah, if they made the Morkanauts they look cool and then they don't at the same time.
Yeah.
Kind of a bit of a weird model because they're kind of like they've tried to be like a Death Dread / Gargan and then failed to do both.
Yep.
It would have been better if they made him look a bit more like a mini Stomper, so like the legs were right underneath.
Yeah, exactly.
So way better.
So, I actually signed up to somebody's Patreon, Gear Guts Mech Shop, who actually do some phenomenal Orc conversion, Orc 3D models, and you get all of the files, and he releases new ones like every 2 or 3 days. So like by the end of the month, you end up with like 15, 20 things.
I know, look, because if you sign up to them, you end up with more things than you can print.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, it's they're quite dangerous, those pictures.
But I've been trying to find more alternate Squig style stuff, and the only ones I've managed to find are basically killer cans, which, whilst cool, I would love to get more of the style of stuff that's coming out.
Yeah. You get like a Squig body and merge your shark's head on it. Might as well. Wouldn't look out of place and do stuff. I like the Squig Riders, like the war boss on those Squigosaur things, whatever. I don't mind those, but I think that weird, like, 4-leg squig dragging a
the battle wagon type thing.
It
looks so goofy, doesn't it?
Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible.
It looks very, very goofy.
That's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
Like, I like the albino squig and the war boss on that.
Yeah, absolutely. Those I like. I do really like those, and I like the smaller ones that come in the release box.
Yeah,
they're all cool, but that big thing is just all kinds of wrong.
Oh, something else that I did, Mitch. So, Gear Guts Mech Shop.
That's like Logan Grimnar level wrong.
Yes.
On his Santa's sleigh.
So, Gear Guts Mech Shop also has bruisers, which are basically Orc boys but bigger. And I don't know if I can get
they're like Ard boys, aren't they?
Yeah, so basically I printed out 10 of these boys with shooters. Like, I'm not going to buy any of them new Orc kits. Like, these are just... they're cool, right? But when I can print, like, 50 boys for, like, 20 quid...
Yeah, I mean, that model in your hand probably costs you about 20p, if you like.
Well, I actually got 5 of these on one panel.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I wanted to do on mine, I could probably fit about 30 of them.
Yeah, so basically I printed that twice and ended up with 10 shooter boys.
Nice. Mine's busy at the minute, printing a very large...
Oh, the Mortarion Typhus for Ian.
Yeah, it's about 25, 30 centimetres tall.
Nice.
It's cool, wasn't
it? I don't know if you saw, I actually sent you a file in Discord. Before
I forgot to reply. I was actually, I was playing a game at the time, and it doesn't show me what it is.
So it's a statue of, do you know Avatar Legend of Aang? The cartoon?
No.
Okay. It's an Aang statue, right? But what they've done is they've sculpted it so it's got a flat disc raised above his head. I don't know why. Something to do with makes it easier to print. But I can't see how. And I was basically going to ask you, could you chop that off? Or does it need to be there? Because if I print this statue of Aang, it's a long print. Because my print plate isn't wide or deep, I'll have to go higher to print it, and it would take a fucking long time to print. And what I wanted to do was rotate it in a way so that it was like angled and fit, kind of balance the width with the height to minimise the print time.
Yeah, you can just, like I say, yeah, I'll do it now. I'll send it to you. Take me about 5 minutes, or less than that. Insert cylinder, not cube. Yeah, literally, in that 3D builder, you just suspend a object over what you want to get rid of, and just subtract whatever overlaps.
Right.
So all I do is make a cylinder bigger than that disc.
And then what I'll maybe do is I'll take a screenshot of it in Cheato Box before I print it. Do you know what? Right. The prints that you did for us of the Darksiders 4 Horsemen are there, right? And honestly, the last week or two, I've been like, I really, really want to start. Like, I'm itching to start them. But then the Marvel stuff come, and I was like, oh, Marvel. And then, like, I don't know why, but and like, I've got a real hankering for some Orc stuff at the minute as well. But so I want to paint Orcs. I want to paint some more Marvel stuff. I want to finish my Mega Gargants for EOS. And like, they're mostly done. It's just all of the detailing and the highlighting left. But like, I really, really want to paint War, like, so badly at the minute.
That's such a cool model, that one.
I know.
Didn't you unwanted app? So.
I may have slightly misplaced the stand that it goes on though. I'm pretty sure I have it in the car. I can't remember why it's in the car, but I'm sure it's there. But yeah, I am really itching to paint that now. I think I will probably pin the sword on though, because that sword was like, oh.
The attachment's quite thin.
Soren, now I will be watching on TV while working on Dominion. All of the Stormcasters done, now have the Cruel Boys to assemble. I'll be honest, I haven't even touched it. It's still in the box from when I did the reviews. I took the book out, I've used the book a handful of times while playing games with Lucy. I'm just not hyped by it. And like, I don't know how other third parties, stores and stuff have done, but like, Justin the Battle Bunker bought 60 copies, right? He sold 18. So he had to sell. You what?
It's weird because other shops ran out of them.
Well, he ended up having to sell his for 85 quid or 2 for 150 just to shift them, so he didn't lose anything.
My local ran out of them.
Huh. Should have bought them from Justin and then resold them.
Yeah, right. But yeah, he ran out of them. But yeah, they ran out of things, and he was doing about 20 does about 20% off. No, 20. His new releases at 25%, and then when it goes into when it's actually released, he drops it to 20.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was like, I can't get any more. Sorry, I've run out. and they halved his allowance as well, what he asked for.
Yeah.
Simply because they couldn't fulfill the quantity that they initially had promised. So, but again, they don't tell you that until it actually turns up, and it goes, oh yeah, by the way, we've cut your allowance.
Yep.
Oh, thanks for letting me know, because I've sold those. I've now got to give refunds. Thanks. Just forget what happened to my brother with his shop. Stiffed on that loads of times. But, yeah, it's a weird one, but it's weird because I like them. Again, I like the models. I like a lot of the new models that they're turning out now. I even like Stormcast. The newer Stormcast don't look like these Space Marines. They kind of look a bit nicer.
Yeah.
A bit more sort of bit slimmer. A bit more of a realistic kind of figure shape to them. I just can't get into like Sigmar at the moment or at all, simply because I don't even play 40k at the moment, realistically. I mean, most games I've played, I'll probably only play that in a year.
Yeah. Like,
So,
I agree. Sigmar models are beautiful. Like, they are fantastic, right? Just,
yeah.
like, me getting into Marvel, trying to keep up with 3 games now is hard.
This is what I mean as well. I enjoyed that game of Marvel. I played it yours, but I can't start another game. Yeah, I mean, exactly. So, I mean, totally agree. What you said, I've got like Necromunda behind me as well. Which again, I love the Necromunda game. The game's really good. It's really nice. You've kind of got similar affair. It's similar to playing Marvel actually, because you have kind of an activation of your character,
Right.
and then you alternate between individuals, as opposed to going the entire team, then your team, then my team. You take individual players' turns. I mean, you play the computer game, haven't you?
Yeah.
It's 99% identical to the way the computer game plays, except the computer game does a lot before. Whereas, and Titanicus is the same.
Oh, is it?
You alternate between Titans. And that's a great game as well. I absolutely love that game.
See, like, if that wasn't so expensive, I might have considered it. But like, when I'm already doing other stuff, Mitch, it's like,
Yeah.
nah.
It's the thing. It's a big investment. I mean, I split the Grandmaster box with a friend.
Yeah.
So we basically had a warlord each. We had the knights each, and then we basically shared the terrain between us because we only play it with each other, kind of thing. So we sort of split the terrain between us, and we both like painted bits of ourselves.
Yeah.
So we can like mix terrain, but it's still similar sort of thing. And then after that, we both progressed to having quite sort of decent sized say Titan legions. And I've got 3 little Reavers now, a warlord, and I've got a big one as well, the War Master, that I've yet to build. And I've got about 10 knights as well. So, yeah, and you can play your game with just one model.
Will I really am. Afternoon, you beautiful creature. Hello, Will. How the heck are you doing? We are building some Marvel Crisis Protocol models today. And then I'm probably going to paint some orcs. I just sorted out actually, Mitch, before I started streaming.
I'll send you that file.
Oh, right, awesome, thank you.
Yeah, just cropped it off and send it to you.
So, Geargood's Mech Shop actually posted in his Discord the latest file that he's done, which is basically a Death Dread, but it looks nicer and more aggressive.
Yeah.
So I set that away to print. I managed to get it all on one plate. Well, I was 2 arms short, but I don't necessarily want 4 combat arms on it, and I've got plenty of plastic arms spare.
Yeah.
So I set it away, and it was a 5-hour print.
Right.
So that's probably like 2-3 hours in now.
Yeah. Can you magnetize it?
I could probably do that, yeah.
Because the resin drills
Right.
easily enough.
Yeah, I might do that then. I might magnetize the weapons.
I've done loads of them.
Got a Space Wolf question for you. I can't answer that then. I'm looking at starting them, and after checking the rules, Thunderwolf Cavalry can be made broken as hell. I like the idea of 15 cav, 45 Fenrisian Wolves, 15 Cyberwolves, and a bunch of characters, but I can't see anyone that rates the cavalry unit. Why? I don't know. I have no idea what they even do now. So I really couldn't answer that for you, Will. I'm sorry. I've only played Space Wolves once in the new edition, because obviously we don't own them. And the once I got to play was when Sean came, and he didn't bring Thunderwolf Cavalry.
You tried looking on Battlescribe what they do.
I haven't. Will is pretty much a veteran player, like he goes to a lot of tournaments and stuff. So if he's not sure why people aren't using them, but found something to make them viable, then I don't know. I think with Space Marines, there's just so many other better options, like Eradicators and stuff. And in general, other infantry units for Space Marines just seem to do better. Are they core units, Will? Because it could be that. It could be if they're not core units, that's something why. This game is expensive. Is the game even interesting for its cost? Marvel's not expensive when you compare it to 40k. So I'm just going to turn the music down slightly, actually, while we explain. So, is it even interesting for its cost? Go and watch some of our earlier battle reports where we're basically talking through the game. Mitch, who's on chat with me now, played one game with us when he came to visit. Now, you only need around 5 to 10 models, right? A box of 2 models, the RRP is £40. You can get that for cheaper online. You can normally get them for about £30, £32 online. So you're paying about £15, £16 a character. Mitch, can you tell me how much a character is from GW?
Cheapest is 15. That's not usually like HQ.
What's the average character cost?
Usually around 20 quid, aren't they?
Yeah. So even if you're paying RRP for Marvel, it's the same. Mitch, how many characters or boxes of infantry and stuff do you need to put together a 1,000-point game of 40k?
Well, you're probably looking at least 2, probably 3 troops choices, aren't you?
So 35 quid a box, there's 105. 2 characters, there's another 40 quid, there's 145.
If you're supporting and you're looking at 35, £40 each.
So there's 250-ish. Your codex and your rulebook or chapter approved puts you over 300 quid for 1,000 points, which is a half-size game.
3 psychic awakening books, probably.
You get it. So if you fish about online, you can get the Marvel Core box for 70 quid. It gets you your dice and your rulers, because they're specific to the game. Get you 10 characters, a few pieces of terrain, and all of your strategy and mission cards as well. And you could play with just that. I mean, Mitch, you played a game when you were up here. You've played Necromunda and stuff. How does Marvel feel to you as somebody else who plays, alternate or smaller games to 2,000 points of 40k?
It definitely feels like a Necromunda or Kill Team style game. But when you buy a model, everything you need to use that model is in the box with the model. So you get the card, everything with it.
Yeah. So here you go. He's Mysterio's cards, who I'm building now. All of his rules are there. All the tokens you need from him are there, and his strategy cards are there as well.
Yeah, that's it. So you buy him, you buy the core box, and you can use him straight out of the box.
Well, maybe I perceive this because Marvel is not subject to Russian territorial prices like Warhammer. I don't know what that means. Does that mean it's more for them?
Yeah, it's the same sort of syndrome as the Australians and the US have, isn't it?
Right, okay. But, like I said, on the flip side of that, you only need 5 or 6 characters. And for me, as somebody who plays 40k, not competitively, but I have played some, it's a bit of a chore sometimes waiting for your opponent to do all of their movements. Then your opponent does all of their psychic phase. It's like, I'll just remove this pile of models. And then they shoot, and it's like, I'll just remove this pile of models. And then they charge, and it's like, I'll just remove this pile of models. In Marvel, it's backwards and forwards. So you go with one character, your opponent goes with another. You go with one, your opponent goes with another. And there's so many small interactions. It's very tactical. You can move your opponents around. Your positioning is pretty key. And
you can throw terrain.
Sorry?
You can throw terrain as well.
Yeah, you pick the terrain up and throw it, or you throw characters at other characters. For us, it's a lot of fun. It's a shorter game, which means Lucy can get through a game in one go as well. But
Yeah, the one we did was what, 45 minutes, if that.
yeah, I think it was maybe slightly over, but like,
Then I
and
never played
you,
it before,
you, yeah, exactly. I mean, don't get me wrong, some interactions can get a bit complicated, but the rules are free online. You don't even have to pay for the rule book. Everything's free. So, is it expensive? Yeah, it's the same cost as Warhammer, like per model. But when you look at it in comparison to what you need to play a game, no, I wouldn't say it's expensive.
It's definitely a better way to get it is to definitely buy the core box, isn't it? Because that way you get the dice, the rulers, and all that in one go, and you get enough characters to have a bit of a choice of what to play
exactly.
to begin with.
And you get a half battlefield of terrain, and then you get all your strategy cards and your missions and everything in the core box as well. So for like £70 online, like that's cheap.
And occasionally on Amazon, someone messes up the pricing, like 65 quid.
I think it was like 56 quid, 53 quid that someone was selling for.
They put on the, well, they discounted the price, I think, by the look of it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very similar to Necromunda in a way. There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of interactions that you can do. While it's you go, I go, there's still things that you can do whilst your opponent's playing as well. So there's certain abilities that trigger when your opponent does something.
Yeah, so reactive superpowers. So like if your opponent, for example, Black Widow, if Black Widow is attacked, she can actually do a counter-offensive thing, so she can actually damage them back. So, in my experience, all small skirmish games like Malifaux and Necromunda just seem cheap. And if you get carried away with them fully, these are very serious. Yeah, so I got carried away with Marvel. Like, I bought most characters at this point. I think there's like 11 box sets that I don't have. Take, for example, GW Underworld. It's a real money squeezer. Buy a box, buy cards, then buy another box because there are cards. And next year everything will be all over again. So with Marvel, they tend to release 3 boxes per month. Sometimes only 2. You don't necessarily. Sorry.
That's why I don't buy codexes.
But the core rules don't change. They're free. You don't get much by the way of benefit of buying a new character, other than if you like that character or if you want to play a specific affiliation, for example. So if you want to play Avengers, obviously, then you want to lean into those characters, but you don't have to absolutely stick to them. You can take characters out of Allegiance as well. So if you just want to play Avengers, but then you love, for example, Venom, you could play like 3 Avengers characters and Venom, and that's still fine. And then you'd only have to buy like the core box and Venom. You wouldn't necessarily buy Venom for Team Tactics cards because the ones included in Venom's box are usually just being able to be used by him rather than other people. There is some unaffiliated ones, yeah, sure, but you know, it doesn't warrant having to buy a box.
It's posted in your YouTube as well.
Oh yeah, that's where I'm commenting from. Sorry,
No, there's a bot.
He posted on YouTube as well.
No, it came up at the bottom left. There's the Twitch comments. Oh, there's Twitch has been coming up at the bottom left too. But...
Oh, it's because I've got chat displaying on me screen, haven't I?
Yeah. I've expunged it from Twitch. All external artists.
I don't think I'm going to glue Mysterio into his cloak. I'm going to keep that separate.
I added the actual word Big Follows into my blacklist on mine. So as soon as someone posts it, they're just gone.
Yeah, he says, are you forced to end up buying all those Pokemon to win? No, absolutely not. So Sean, who's appeared on the channel a few times, he's just bought Guardians of the Galaxy, and they are not great characters, but he's bought them because they're his favourite characters and that's who he wants to play with. He doesn't need anybody else. If he wanted to buy a couple of extra characters, then he can. He can still play well and do reasonably good with them, but no, you don't need to buy them all to win, not at all. So if I want to play Avengers and Sean wants to play Guardians, Sean could play well and beat Avengers. Avengers could play well and beat, another team as Guardians or something. You don't need all of them because you're only ever putting 5, maybe 6 characters on the field. So you bear in mind there's probably over 100 characters now, I think. Maybe about 80 characters. You absolutely do not need them all to win. The way the affiliations work is 51% of your team has to be of a certain allegiance. That essentially gets you your Space Marine chapter trait, for example. Then you can put anybody else in after that you want. For example, you could play Captain America, who's the leader of Avengers. You could take Iron Man, Thor, and then you could chuck Red Skull in there, and you still play as Avengers. Now, there might be stronger characters than that out there, but if you like Red Skull, or if you build your team a certain way, you absolutely do not need all of the others. The reason I need all of the others is because I've got an addictive personality and I can't say no. I mean, Mitch has seen this room in person, haven't you?
Yeah.
Would you say I have an addictive personality, Mitch?
I think you need help.
Some strange Marvel capitalists don't want to push money for some reason. I don't know what that means. I really don't know. But as far as I'm concerned, it's characters that I really enjoy. It's, for me, the Marvel, as much as the game is cool, I love painting the models as well, because the models that people know and love or hate, and each one is a character and an individual. And I mean, don't get me wrong, the GW characters are cool, but like, you're painting your favourite Marvel superhero. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you love Spider-Man, there's actually a few Spider-Men. So there's the new Amazing Spider-Man, which is here. There's the original Spider-Man. There's Miles Morales Spider-Man. There's also Spider-Gwen as well. So if you like that, then great. If you like, for example, if you like the Spider-Fours, you've got Doc Ock, Green Goblin, Venom, Carnage and Mysterio, Kraven and Lizard. I'm sure there's a couple of others that I've missed as well. But then you can play Web Warriors, which is obviously Team Spider-Man. So you've got Spider-Man, Miles, Gwen. Venom's actually on there. Black Cat's on there, and so is Daredevil. But even then, you only have to run half of your team as that affiliation. It doesn't have to be all of it. But for me, it is a case of I enjoy painting them because they're so different to 40k and having to paint like I've got Lord Croak up there, and I'd love to play Seraphon Mitch, but I can't bring myself to paint like 80 Saurus Warriors. Do you know what I mean?
No, but yeah, I can't do a bulk painting anymore. Hence why I can just paint one character or one vehicle and then the troop choices end up staying in the garage in the box for about 3 years.
Yep.
I need to learn to not paint the troops as nicely as I try to paint the characters.
So my problem is my pile of shame was going down, but then I burnt myself out, and obviously our parents were in and out of hospital earlier this year. My mum had a house fire. Oh, she finally got her drain took out on Friday, Mitch. And then, of course, I had to go and plasterboard the loft with my dad because the builder still hasn't been and plastered. And then, of course, I got into Marvel, so I was just like, well, I like this. This is different. I only have to paint like 4 models and I'm done.
Yeah. Quite like it at the moment because there's nothing really new that's coming out that I'm really interested in. So it's kind of nice.
So, some of the orc stuff I would like, but if like I said to you, well, you said it, the battle wagon-esque thing is it's goofy.
It's all kinds of wrong, isn't it? It's, yeah, all the other stuff I like. Apart from that, maybe what's the run herd guy?
Or Zarbag or something.
Yeah, I'm not keen on him particularly, but the rest are quite nice models. I do like them all.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got no intention of ever buying them because they're not my cup of tea really. Or orcs. I like orcs, but I don't really want to collect. I like some of the vehicles and that, and I quite like painting baboons, but I probably only ever have like a small smattering of them just as I enjoy painting that Boom Dakar standard wagon I did last year, so I quite enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So I might do a few of them. I'm not going to make an army out of them, I don't really want to. But no, actually there's nothing really that's new as I'm any interested in. The Kriegers are okay. Quite like them. But again, I don't really have any infantry in my guard except for my Scions. I've already got 30 of them, so I don't really need any more. But if this alleged Forest Heresy box set materialises, that might be a problem.
Yeah, it might be a problem because then that means I've got more Blood Angels to paint. Because if there's a plastic Spartan in there.
If a plastic Spartan in there, I'm all over it. Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if there will be.
Soren says, my pile of shame went from 7 models to over 180. That makes me both happy and upset.
Yeah, I feel, I don't know. I mean, I've still got most of the Indominus, not say most of the Indominus, but I've still got a lot of the Indominus box still sat next to me. Partly assembled, but unpainted. Yeah. I think, again, you'll probably get, say, 20, 30 Space Marine. You usually give you 30 of each type of Marine in the last 2, and then they give you a few flavour units with it. Whether they do like 20 Space Marines, because it looks like from the picture, again, the picture doesn't always give you the truth, but it looks like 20 marks, X's, I think, with the big noses, 2 characters, some cataphractic Terminators, and the Spartan. The Spartan is probably more points than most of the rest of it put together.
Yeah.
So I'd love there to be one in it. And it's not built realms of being able to be made into a plastic kit because it's not that big. It's big, but it's not much bigger than a Land Raider.
No.
And obviously the Land Raider comes in like what used to be the large box, and now they do like the deeper box, don't they? Which is like, for example, the Monolith comes in with like the sort of the 1.5 times deep box.
Yeah.
So they can fit that extra sprue in. So I wouldn't be surprised if they could make one.
Soren says it will be quite a while before I'm able to buy more models, but that's okay. It means I have a lot to paint. Yeah, like I haven't bought anything this. Well, I have. I bought 1 box of Marvel this month. because I've had other things that I've had to pull out. But now, like, the orc stuff's coming. It's like, I know Lucy will just go, "Oh, I don't want it. Don't get it." It's like the boss on the squig is cool, right? The commandos are lovely models, but are they really needed? You could probably kit bash some models that look pretty close, right?
Yeah.
Do you need new boys? Not really. Everybody's got so many boys that, like, one box in there. And because I've got the printer now, it's just like I can just print like 50 orc boys if I want them.
It's a weird one. It seems like an old kit to pick to replace.
Oh, the kit is horrible. Like, it's such a bad kit.
Yeah, I've had the boys kit and I've sold them all because they came with
Kill Team?
game.
Was it Armageddon?
Yeah, it might be the one. Was it the one before that?
Armageddon.
That's it. Yeah, it came with that. Yeah, they were pretty shocking. Yeah, but like, it's a weird one. You want to at least have like an attractive core unit for new players to pick up.
Yeah.
But all your existing customer base was probably, like, say, already got like 100 boys or whatever already, and aren't going to buy the new kit. But then everything they do is now predominantly aimed to sort of throw down the throats of new people now, isn't it? So
yeah,
it kind of makes sense from that point of view. It's the same way. It's like if they were to do Eldar.
Yeah, people who want Aspect Warriors will have the same problem. Everyone's already got them that wants them. Is there any, like, point in buying a new kit? Not really, but, like, they're not going to break the bank. Not like Heavy Intercessors, for example.
No, because they were a completely new model as well, and everybody was asking for them.
Yeah.
And again, they weren't replacing a kit. It's when I think they're reluctant to replace kit for that reason. The fact that everyone who's already currently invested in the game already has that model, and possibly might not buy a new kit.
Yeah.
Except for newcomers. Whereas if it's a completely new kit, then people go, "Oh, I want that," regardless of being a new or existing player or collector. Which is half the reason why the Primaris Marines exist.
I don't like the look of this kit for Carnage, Mitch.
That looks very fiddly. That looks Psychomancer-esque. The tentacles.
Yeah, I'm not...
That looks fiddly as hell.
Yep.
Yeah, they don't do that.
Oh, you do get an axe option for his arm, though. That's cool. Rather than 2 claws, you can give him the axe.
Oh, I see, yeah. Options are nice.
Like, even with Wolverine, you get an option to do his mask or no mask.
Oh.
I went mask because I was painting them in, like, the cartoon style.
Yes.
Whereas Lucy said she would have preferred him with no mask. But Beast, you can he's got 2 hand options. One of them he's holding a book in it. The other one he's just got his fist out like that. But then you get 2 head options. So one he's wearing his glasses and one he's not. So I built him with glasses and the book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, you get two options for each arm. You get a normal claw, you get a long tendril, and an axe. That's pretty cool.
One character I might get actually might be Colossus.
Yeah, so he's not out yet, but he is on the affiliation list, which means he's not going to be long.
That's what I would might get. He'd probably be a Hulk size, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think Juggernaut will be. I don't know. I don't think Colossus will be Hulk size. I think he'll be on the middle size base, which is this one.
It depends whether they go for Deadpool Colossus or cartoon Colossus. Because cartoon Colossus was no bigger than a normal person.
Yeah, that's why I think Colossus will be on a medium base like this, whereas I think Juggernaut will still be on a big base.
Yeah. Yeah, Juggernaut was always huge.
Oh, See, I don't know whether I want to go for the axe or the claw arm now. Because that claw arm is pretty cool.
The only reason I think they might make him a big one is because that way there's a counterpart to Juggernaut.
And release them at the same time, yeah.
Yeah, release them at the same time because they'll be separate kits, won't they? Because
Yeah.
the size of Juggernaut will be on his own, won't he?
Well, that's what they did with MODOK and Hulk, because they were the first two models out.
Yeah. So I reckon they might do that. Because it might kind of borrow a bit of the hype from the Deadpool film toward the end when they fought. I don't know. Because a lot of them, they try to stick true to the cartoons, don't they?
Yeah, and if they don't, they like always nod towards it. Like when did you watch last week's Loki episode?
Yeah.
So classic Loki, Richard E. Grant.
Richard E. Grant, yeah, that was definitely classic Loki.
I love how he said he escaped Thanos, right, by casting a projection and then floating away with the debris. Remember when Endgame came, Infinity War came out, and everyone was like, "No, he's still alive. Look, he's floating in the background." Like that was a massive fan theory, right? And they just lent into it with that, and I was like, "That's cool."
And it's just very funny when he says it, and like the Tom Hiddleston's character's like, "Shit, what was it?"
Yeah.
It's a look on his face.
We went to sort of see.
Last night as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say we went to see that the other day.
Yeah, I quite like that. It was good.
It wasn't the best Marvel movie, right?
No,
but it was a good action movie that tied up a lot of loose ends for her.
Yeah, and it also explained where that lady comes from a little bit at the end of Winter Soldier.
Well, apparently, obviously, Black Widow was supposed to be out before that. They were supposed to introduce her then.
It was, yeah. Because it was meant to be out last, not this March, gone, the one before.
Yeah.
Or in April or something like that, wasn't it? It was going to be out quite then.
I think
it was lockdown started, I think it was.
It was the beginning of May it was due out, I think.
Yeah, it was during the last lockdown, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the first lockdown, sorry. Yeah, it was quite good. So there's going to be a second Black Widow, but it's going to have her sister.
Yeah. Did you? I presume you saw the. Well, you obviously saw the end credit scene if we're talking about that. But I won't spoil it for anybody else who hasn't seen, because obviously it's only been out like a couple of days at this point. But like, when she showed her the photograph, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I mean, technically, she's not wrong. Technically. But apparently, though, Florence Pugh is supposed to turn up in the Hawkeye series is the next time we're supposed to see her.
Yes. Because he's in that with his daughter, and he's teaching her to be...
It's not his daughter.
Oh, is it not?
I don't think so.
Oh, God, it's his daughter.
Well, Kate Bishop is the character, and she's not Hawkeye's daughter.
Okay. Unless she's older.
2 seconds, I'm going to Google it actually.
Yeah, unless it's a different actress, because she's deemed to be a little bit older, perhaps. I don't know, because she would have came back from the blip. Same age she was when she disappeared. So...
Where am I looking? Kate Bishop. It doesn't say, but I'm pretty sure she's not Hawkeye's daughter. Oh, he's Lucy. Lou? You okay? What is up? I'm just streaming. Mitch is here as well. He can probably hear you. Oh. No worries. Just take it easy, okay? She did shout hi, Mitch, but you probably couldn't hear her.
Oh no, I didn't hear.
No, she was just stood at the door poking her head in. Hey, Simon's just joined us in chat. How you doing, Simon? It's been a while, man. How the heck are you doing, man? Yeah, I don't like this, Mitch. All the tentacle things. Yeah, but like Mysterio was awkward because like his arms were in like 4 pieces, and like I've got giant club hands and sausage fingers and stuff.
Well, I've got stuff like that. Because my hands, I'm not as weak. My hands are struggling with some like the fiddly ones. They've actually got one of their paint handles that's got the like telescopic arms on it.
Yeah.
That's actually really handy for models like that.
Oh yeah, you hold them in place with it.
Yeah, because they're not stiff, but when you move the arm, it stays exactly where you put it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's great for holding things when you're trying to glue it together. One thing I found that most useful for was race guard.
Right.
Because you've got that funny shoulder pad.
Yeah.
It sticks out, and their arms are kind of at an angle to their body. So I can't get my finger in to put pressure on the actual the top of the shoulder to push it on flat. So I end up either sort of bending the shoulder pad, or they just like, turn to the finger, they fall off. So I then move in place those arms, they stay there well upstream. So I do recommend those. But I don't think they do those in the UK animals.
They don't do them anymore.
I'm not sure, because the paint had changed, didn't it?
Oh yeah.
They got those really thin ones now, haven't they?
Yeah. I've been busy. Things are okay. Just a lot happening on your end of the pond. Well, as long as you're alright, Simon. That's the main thing. Oh, we've had tons going on. I haven't really streamed much for like the last month until like this week. And even then, when I have been streaming, like, I don't know if you've seen Mitch, but I've basically been playing Pokemon.
Yeah, you've been doing a couple of early ones, haven't you, as well?
Yeah, I haven't really done any hobby this week, so I think I started last week, and I said to Lucy, I says, I want to try doing a Pokemon Nuzlocke just so it's a little bit different, and I just wanted to do some gaming, so, and I've enjoyed it. Oh, how have you all been?
This week at all. I'm going to move them to take my desk apart and then rebuild it.
We're alright, Simon. New job's going well. We got our second jobs on Friday. My mum finally got her drain out because she got a gallbladder removed. We're getting there.
Second one's this Friday.
For you?
Yeah. I managed to, well, I don't know, I had some silly booking where I had to drive an hour to go and get my second one.
See, I don't get this right, because our like mine and Lucy's GP surgery just texted us going, here's the link, please book your appointment. And the appointment
Yeah, I
was
didn't
within
get
like
that.
5 days.
Yeah, so you know what? Ali got the link from the surgery, and she did the same thing. Booked 2 places that are she's booked 2 places that are 5 minutes away.
But
I
see,
didn't get
we
one.
couldn't book our second appointment. It was just a case of we'll text you when the second appointments are due, and then like last Sunday afternoon, we got a text saying please book your appointment. So obviously we both picked Friday.
Yes, she didn't get a second appointment either. Text, she took the first one.
Mhm.
And she hasn't got the second text yet. I got a text from the NHS saying book 1, but it wouldn't let me leave until I booked the second one.
Right.
So it didn't give me anywhere local to book the second one because the centre was closing for I think it was a cheerleading competition or some dumb shit like that, which is clearly more important. And so they closed the centre. It's now reopened again. But I booked the second one in Salisbury, which is like an hour away. I went on the end of the day to cancel it. I cancelled it, see if I could get a different one. Went back on there, and I was off to places 5 minutes away. I'm like, oh, what?
Mhm.
And 3 weeks earlier. I wouldn't have got it to the 1st of August.
Yeah.
Sorry, 2 weeks earlier. I wouldn't have got it to the 1st of August if I'd kept it, whereas I rebooked it instead of 2 weeks earlier, 5 minutes up the road. Well, I don't know.
Win-win.
So so I get 2 weeks earlier, and and then I haven't got to drive an hour's drive to go and get it. And then if I feel shit after it, I haven't got an hour's drive.
I won't lie. I was quite restless on Friday night. I didn't feel unwell or anything. Just I couldn't concentrate. I was just. I think I ended up staying awake till like 2:30.
The first one I didn't even notice I had it. Didn't get anything.
Like other than me arm aching, like I haven't really felt it.
Exactly the same. Definitely. I felt that big punch in the arm, but other than that,
Yeah.
nothing. I don't know like flu symptoms or anything like that.
Nope.
I'm doing alright, Simon. It's I feel alright because I've taken some medicine or medication to alleviate my issue, but it's because of the nature of the issue. I can only take the medication for 7 days, and I have to then stop taking it for 7 days. So I'll have 7 days where I'm alright, and I'll have 7 days where I'm shit again.
My boss at work's kind of similar to you, Mitch. She has a lot of like really bad hay fever and sinus issues, and like middle of summer, and she's like constantly like sniffling, like.
The hay fever's under control. So I take my antihistamines. I don't get any like reaction to sneezing or itches and that and dust. Whereas yesterday, I actually forgot to take a tablet yesterday.
Yeah.
By lunchtime, I was like, felt like I've been dipped in fire.
Yeah.
Everything was making me itch. I took the tablet in an hour and gone. But the issue I've got is like this recurring sinus infection, and it just makes my entire like inside of my head just swell up.
Yeah.
So, people go, I can hear people in the background go, "You bloody fucking nose pain." And like, if I could, I would. It's not like snot, it's just my nose is so swollen I can't breathe out of it.
Yeah.
And now finally referring me to specialists again, so they're looking at like surgical options.
Is there that thing where you can like get something inside of your nose caught? I think it's for nosebleeds, but like you get something inside of your nose like cauterized or something in it.
Yeah, I think that's one of the options. They did another thing. They drained it all out a couple of years ago, or 5 years ago now, and they like removed things like polyps and stuff like that. They cut them out because they called blockages and no one thought. But it's still matter. It could be anything. I mean, I've been hit in the face so many times playing football, and it could be like dislodged bit of cartilage or whatever. Or trying to blow my nose. That constantly like swells up and I'm trying to blow. Yeah, it could be anything really. So it's like getting a double problem at it.
Yeah.
I was fine. I was fine for years, and then just suddenly it's just gone like that. Being bad. Something's not right. I mean, I used to have like a gym, a drink, beer or cider or whatever. I can't even have a single pint out of anything because it just triggers it so badly. But it was almost like someone flicked the switch. 1 minute I was fine and doing just having one or 2 pints a night. Now I can't even have like half a pint. And it seems to have changed overnight. So it's something going on. Who knows? Yeah, it's all right, Simon. It's one of those, isn't it? Could be worse. It does break after a while, but could be a lot worse. Far worse predictions.
I was because I've been enjoying my Pokemon run, right? I was considering doing some, like, you know, when I'm burnt out on hobby, doing some other video game like series runs. So I watched Mitch Flowerpower run Mario 3 co-op at GDQ last night, and I was like, you know what, I fancy doing like a couple of runs. So like Donkey Kong Trilogy, Streets of Rage 1 to 4 right through, and I was considering doing a Super Mario Brothers playthrough, right? Because on my Switch I've got Mario 1, Lost Levels, 2, 3, World 2, 64, Sunshine, Galaxy, and Odyssey. And I was considering playing through all them.
It was, so I've never, because I never had a Nintendo as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I haven't played them, like visiting games and stuff. I've never really kind of got into like the Nintendo, like Mario games.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't really kind of, when I watch them, I can understand that a lot of them were, they were just platform games, weren't they? There's never been a game going on with them. Really played. Had I played it as kids, I'd probably have like kind of ability game like sort of go, oh yeah, I used to love this as a kid. So I never really played. I used to play Mario Kart a lot with my mates, but again, I never my own computer, it was always theirs.
Yeah.
And I was never really good at it. I can't stream games on my computer. I know you can switch into it, but...
Yeah, I've got an Elgato.
I've got a capture card that I could do it with, but I'd have to, like, because I've got it set up on my stream, I'd have to unplug all the wires and then rearrange all the wiring there, and it's just a pain.
Yeah. See, I've just got my capture card built into my setup. I've actually got 3 HDMIs going into the capture card, so
yeah, I've got power.
So I literally just swap around. 2 seconds. Johnny King says, "Wow, some Mario collection." It's actually all of them are available on Switch, Johnny. So Mario 1, Lost Levels 2, 3, World, and World 2 are all available if you're a Switch Online member. They're all actually free. I then have Super Mario 3D All Stars, which is 1 game cartridge, but you get 64, Sunshine, and Galaxy on there. And then I've got Odyssey, so it's actually only 2 games in total that I bought. I want to do a playthrough of the Golden Axe series. Well, I've got the Sega Mega Drive collection on my Switch, and all 3 Golden Axe are on there. But Golden Axe are insanely difficult games. Like, they're really hard.
Yeah, I had them. Yeah, I did that as well. I did have a Mega Drive. I used to like Shinobi as well.
Yeah.
Well, Shinobi 2 was my favourite. That was brilliant.
I kind of almost want to buy the Sega Mega Collection. I don't have a Steam account, right? But I'm tempted to get one for the Sega Mega Collection on there because you can buy extra games as like DLC.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, if you were to do that on Steam, you don't own it indefinitely. But if you did upgrade your computer later on, you can.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because like Sonic 3 and Knuckles isn't on the Switch Mega Drive collection.
But it's on Steam.
Yeah, like Sonic 1 and Sonic 2 is there, but not 3 or Knuckles or 3 and Knuckles.
do that a lot of the time as well. They only have certain games for certain platforms.
Yeah.
It is a pain in the ass.
Ugh.
I've recently been moving over to Steam games as opposed to like console games.
Like, I know you saying get Borderlands, and I had Borderlands on my 360, Mitch, and honestly, I loved playing them with mates.
Yeah, great games.
But I don't know if my PC has a capable enough graphics card to run it.
If it can run it, if it can run like a screen, I imagine it will probably run Borderlands. I mean, mine runs Borderlands 2, and it's usually about 35% of the GPU and the CPU. And mine's not like a singing and dancing computer at all. If you're playing something like Escape Tarkov, then that's a bit different.
Which I've got no interest in.
I don't either, but they're quite heavy on the old computer. And things like Destiny as well are quite heavy on the computer.
The thing with them as well, that a lot of them are in 60 FPS as well, aren't they?
This is it, whereas Borderlands 2 will play in 60 FPS, but you don't lose a lot for it from not playing it because of the way the graphics are displayed, because it's all cel shading, so you don't lose a lot from it.
Yeah. I may look at... How much is Borderlands on Steam?
It was £7 for the Game Year Edition, so it comes with all the DLC. That was last week though, because there was a sale on, so it might not be on sale anymore.
See, that's the thing. Like, I'm very, very tempted to pick it up on my Switch. The problem is I don't really do online games with people on my Switch. Like, I haven't got many friends that own a Switch. And I would love... Genuinely, I think I would love to play back through Borderlands. But I couldn't do it on the Switch because, like, I don't even think there's any in-game chatting. I presume, obviously, if you're playing on Steam, you just Discord call each other.
See, I got the Game of the Year edition, which was $7.99. It's now $35 again.
Yeah.
It's gone back up to full price.
Is that just 2, or is that the whole collection?
That's number 2. If you were to get
Is it the Handsome collection, and you get 1, 2, and the prequel?
I said the Handsome collection is actually it's probably worth getting that over buying the others because you get everything.
Yeah.
On that one, except Borderlands 3.
There's a Borderlands 3?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's 3 now as well. 3 good. I prefer 2 as a game, but Borderlands 3 is still pretty good. A bit more customization in number 3. So you can like odd jump your vehicles to have different types of propulsion and different guns and stuff. Whereas in number 2 it's either a rocket one or a machine gun one kind of thing.
Right.
Whereas in number 3 you make like hovercraft or have like wheels that are blades and random stuff like that where you can, as it drives along, when you hit the turbo button it like chucks out plumes of corrosive gas behind it and that kind of stuff.
Nice.
Whereas in, let's say in 1 and 2, it's either just a machine gun or a rocket version of the same thing.
And there we go. There's me 6 Marvel characters built, Mitch. And I've got all of these bases spare.
I
think I've missed a bit. Who should have come on a big base then? Wait.
If I paint now, or too late.
Oh, Spidey's supposed to be on a big base, but on the instructions it says put on a medium base, on a small base even.
Oh no.
Yeah, the instructions show a small base, but he's supposed to go on a...
They suffered the GW instructions syndrome.
Yep.
Oh, that's a big piece of cloth as well. You can super glue.
Yeah, I'm sorted. I'm going to leave it off now because I'm actually going to go and check the base guide as to which size it should be on.
Give you a sec. Go on for a second.
Finally breakfast. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go and wander for something to eat in a second when Mitch comes back. Oh, are you there?
I'm back, yeah. So
Right.
giving some meat.
If it's okay, I'm gonna leave you with chat for about a minute while I go and get a fresh drink and like a chocolate bar or something.
That's dangerous.
Is my shoulder giving me trouble again? My shoulder's always giving us trouble, Simon, but I've also had my jab on Friday, so that's why my whole arm seems to be aching at the minute. Oh. Also, I think I need to go and put shorts on instead of jeans because despite it raining, it's still quite warm.
I haven't worn trousers when I've had the choice to wear something else since probably March. Don't get on with them. Yeah, right. Like old Lou Ferrigno back in the 80s with his ripped shorts. Incredible hole. Well, I'm working on. I'm literally sat here for the last 2 hours and done sweet FA. We talked about the latest campaign book earlier. So I did like a mini review of that, and then yeah, I've pretty much done nothing. But I mean, I've still got my 9 wind riders to do. Well, technically 8. I actually finished one of them because one was like this is how I want them to look kind of thing, and then I've done that one. Now I can do the other 8 and try and make them look the same. And I've got a warlock, no, 2 warlocks and a Farseer to do as well. 3 of the wind riders, 1 warlock and the Farseer are a repaint. I painted them all as the same hand. But now you have to have like one specific craft world in your detachment, or else you don't get. Well, you can't be battle forged if you multiple craft worlds in one detachment, which is kind of annoying. because I painted them with the same hand. I painted all my Wraith units as by hand, and so now I'm painting them all as one cardboard slowly. I had the Wind Riders already, Warlock, a Farseer, so I bought another Warlock and then 2 boxes of Wind Riders to add to make a full squad. So I'm doing them, and I've got my Monolith on the go as well. Which is that. I reckon he's well over half done. Got loads of weathering to do on it, and then I reckon it'll be just, once the weathering's done, it'll be mostly airbrush stuff. The old Gauze rifle of the little Necron that comes out the portal today, and then the weird Scarab, like the weird Wraith thing that goes on his back to do as well. Other than that, most of it's airbrush.
I'm back.
Here he is.
What's that about airbrush?
I was just saying about like doing my Monolith. A lot of it's airbrush. So it's hard to sort of do it on stream because, yeah.
Yeah, you haven't really got the space or set up to do it, have you?
I have now.
Oh, okay.
So I will be able to have my airbrush going, but I just, because I'm not that confident with it yet.
Yeah.
I know what'll happen. I'll do like some back mix or something rather, and I'll put my hand over the nozzle and I won't put the fucking needle back in properly, and it'll just piss out everywhere. Because that's happened before. I've got a big black splat pattern up the side of the wall where I did that. And on my ring lights, I just noticed my ring lights got a splat on it as well. Where it went up and hit that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get like quite a few of Lucy's Orcs painted ready for when the new Codex comes out, so I bought these flash kits ages ago and she's never used them because I never got round to painting them.
Yes, I could have done that, Mark. Yeah, that's quite.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Never even thought that then. Never even thought of that. The thing is, I do quite like my colour scheme, so I don't mind doing them. I may like periodically do the odd unit and redo the odd unit in between. I've already done my Wraith units anyway, so it's just the Wind Riders really.
How you doing anyway, Mark? You've missed me building. I built 6 new Marvel characters today. I built Jean Grey and Cassandra Nova, Carnage and Mysterio, and Amazing Spider-Man and Black Cat.
So I found that line in the match play bit in the book. And see if see how you understand this.
What's this, sorry?
This is about the keywords, factions and detachments.
Alright, okay.
So the actual book, I mean, this may have been FAQ'd, again, I don't know, I don't tend to keep up with it too much, but it says, all of the units in each detachment in your Battleforged army must have at least one faction keyword in common. This cannot be Chaos, Imperium, Eldari, Ynnari, or Tyranids.
So in a detachment, you can't use those to link them.
But it says all of the units in each detachment. Does that mean?
If you take multiple detachments, all the models in each of those must be linked by a faction keyword.
That can't
that's
be.
Not them. So basically, you can have one detachment of whatever you want, and another detachment of whatever you want, but you can't take a detachment of Imperium and run Dark Angels, Blood Angels, Space Wolves within that. Their faction keyword technically isn't Adeptus Astartes, it's actually their chapter name. No, that's wrong. It is Adeptus Astartes, but in the Space Marine book, under all the doctrines and stuff, it says that if they are not all of the same chapter, then you don't get your doctrines. So there's 2 layers to it, right?
It's weird because the wording's very bad because it says all units in each detachment.
So in each of your detachments,
It should say all of units in each singular detachment.
yeah. But then it's because your army can be of multiple detachments. That's what it's. I totally get where you're coming from.
That's what I know. That's what it means. But that's what I say. The wording's not great.
Yeah.
Typically. And then it should also then explain and say you could have 2 separate detachments of individual factions as long as they share some form of keyword.
Yeah. You decided to go Deathwatch now instead of Tyranids, like Mark. I used to love my Deathwatch. Used to. I don't love me Deathwatch anymore. Do you know why I don't love me Deathwatch anymore, Mitch?
No idea. Single wins?
No, because now they're just Space Marines.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, right, cool, you got a veteran squad. Great, but guess what? The rest of the army's just Space Marines. Like, what made them unique isn't a thing anymore. And my army composition is basically shit. Like, for what I've got to what I need now, like, the amount of stuff that I'd have to buy to make me Deathwatch even semi-viable is... I doubt I would have me Deathwatch on the table again. Canamorph, Ian, how's it going?
The only thing that makes them different now is what they have the occasional special bit of war gear that other people can't have or have limited access to. But it doesn't really make it worth using them.
No, because then it's just like, oh, well, I might as well just take Deathwatch Outriders. Like, the new kill teams as well, like, everything's got to be in Phobos armor, or everything's got to be in Gravis armor. Like, hang on. I've got Inceptors and Aggressors that used to be in my Primaris kill team. Now what you're saying is I've got to have heavy intercessors to be able to take that. Ugh. And then it's like, oh, everything in Phobos, so great, I've got Reavers, but now what you're saying is I've got to use, like, Infiltrators and Incursors to be able to use that kill team now. Well, I couldn't take them before, so now I'm not going to buy them. And then it's like, oh, right, well, if you want to use a Primaris kill team, like, you get this bonus if you've got a Biker. Great, but I'm not going to go out and buy Outriders just for the sake of putting one in a kill team. No. And, like, that's what knocked us off with it. It's just like, yeah, now I have to basically go and buy an entire Space Marine army to play Deathwatch.
Oh, I kind of... Whenever they do this sort of thing, you always... Again, the rules that are always secondary to the drawing regime. It's fair enough, but they are a modern manufacturing company. But they kind of tend to give you a bit of a dick punch to make you have to buy more models to make you play the way you were originally playing. When you were only following their guidelines in the first place, your rules and your list building, and then they move the goalposts almost like in an effort to make you buy more.
Yeah.
It's the same. It's a strategy that they do, and they're not open. They don't deny it, and quite obviously do it. So whenever some model new comes out, they make it insanely good and broken. So people who are better players buy them up in droves.
Like heavy intercessors and eradicators.
Yeah, they get their investment back on the models, and then a year later they nerf them when something new comes out.
Yeah, 2 seconds. So, with how NIDs are, there is nothing that is standout anymore, even Titan size. They're kind of small, so it's just a bigger of the same thing. Fair enough. Ian says, not bad painting Cruel Boys whilst winding down from yesterday's day of AOS. How did you get on, Ian? There was an Age of Sigmar tournament on a battle bunker. Mark says you wouldn't want Reavers anyway. The one unit that adding to a kill team makes you worse. Pay to add a Reaver, lose abilities the other unit type gives. Meh. When did Marvel get Orcs? When I didn't update my stream title. I've been building Marvel. Look, they're all there. Mitch, do you want to humour me? Or Mark even can update me stream title to something else.
I've got to change the page.
So I did most of these last night, so now that I've just added that wash, now I can basically highlight everything. Came third, lost 1-1-2. I presume you were using Bone Splitters, Ian. How are you finding 3rd edition anyway with the... I know the monster things doesn't really affect you because you don't really have monsters in your army. But how are you finding like the heroic deeds? And things like that. Well, Marvel did the Ultramarine comics, so could have orcs. Absolutely, Mark. Absolutely. Oh no, it's fine, Butsy. Absolutely fine. We know you're just kidding.
Yeah, I did it.
So yeah, I'm just I'm trying to pin some orcs up for when they get released for Lucy. McPherson, I think it was McPherson, or Tropus was asking me the other day, Mitch. You know how I'm very much into watching Grand Theft Auto roleplay?
Mm.
He was asking, so are you getting into it? I was like, nope. I don't think my computer could even run it. And like, I don't think I could even like do like a dodgy voice or anything. I'd literally be just using my own voice.
I can play the game on my computer fine, but I cannot abide like PvP stuff. It just winds me up.
Well, see, there's no PvP in Grand Theft Auto because it's like very much you work your normal job, you interact with people like normal. If your car breaks, you go and get it repaired, and like speak to the people at the garage, and do you know what I mean? It's very real life kind of thing. That was game 2, 3, and 4. So a little early to tell it at the moment, but the Bone Splitters are in a good place. Oh, cool. Yeah, we've only played a couple of games in the house, I think like 3, maybe 4. The one thing that I don't like, Ian, right, is the new coherency rules for models of 6, units of 6 or more. So it means like cavalry especially, you've got to run a rank of 4 and 2 behind to keep them in coherency. It also means that units that are in on 40mm bases, such as ogres, who are now a unit of 6, you can't fight 2 ranks deep and you can't daisy chain. And like, that's a bit annoying. Like, it should have been 10 or more models that they did it to. It just feels like with 40k it's fine, right? Because your coherency is 2 inches. But when you've got to have all models within 1 inch of 2 other models, like, it's too strict. Like, I know a lot of 40k players weren't fussed on that change in 40k, but honestly, the 40k version being 2-inch coherency instead of 1, it's fine. Kind of disappointed, but I can understand it. First week off on leave this year from the 19th of July, but Warhammer World is still requiring booking time slots, so I'm going to pass up on it. Nah, that does suck, Mark.
So if I was able to collect any Sigma, it would either be sort of Legions of Nagash, is it?
It's Soul Blight now.
Soulblight? Yeah, so it'd be probably them or Skaven.
Yeah.
I like Skaven.
Like
Just to have it.
Soul Blight recently got like quite a few new models, but they still use a lot of the old ones.
Yeah, see, I don't mind the old ones, like the Dreadlords and that, like cool models.
Yeah. To be honest, most of the Blood Knights were a nice new sculpt. It was nice to get them updated, and the Direwolves got updated, and I think the zombies, pardon me, the zombies did as well.
Yeah.
Actually, and the Fellbats did as well. I don't even think there's that many old models left. To be honest, there might not be.
Yeah. I've got one to get some Dreadlords as well to convert into Zinch Demon Princes as well.
Do you mean the Morghasts?
Yeah.
Yeah, Morghasts are really
so,
cool.
Yeah, put some of those on, give them some like shoulder pads and a few other little bits, and then make quite good Demon Princes.
Yeah, I know a few people that have done that.
Yeah, they're quite cool. That's why I've seen them before, so that's what gave me the idea. I quite fancy the idea of like an entire, well, not entire, but a Skaven army of like Clan Moulder.
Which one's Moulder? The like Frankenstein
Moulder
ones?
would be the beasts. There'd be like loads of like rat ogres and stuff.
Yeah.
Sure, it's Moulder. Dinner soon.
You what?
I'll have to do some food soon.
Yeah, I don't think I've got loads to do on these, and I might switch to video gaming in a little bit.
Need a little bit of painting there. See. Yeah, I was supposed to do it yesterday, but for some reason my camera wouldn't work properly.
Are you streaming, by the way?
Not now, no.
Were you earlier?
No.
Oh, okay. I just wondered if you were at the same time, that was all.
No. No, whenever we've tried before, say Discord likes to have a shit fit when you're in the middle of it, so we try to like give up on the idea.
Huh.
No, it is then my camera wouldn't. I moved everything, dismantled the whole lot, and then put it all back. My camera decided it was going to do this weird thing where it elongates the picture and makes it pixelated. And it didn't matter what I changed, Streamlabs, it would just stay the same. And until the process of elimination, it turns out it was actually the cables a bit. As I move the camera, it like tweaks the cable slightly.
Right.
Just fucks the picture up. But it took me till about 9 o'clock yesterday working this out.
Oh, bloody hell.
You know what? I can't pass it. Let me end up with everywhere and what you want to do.
No, Lucy. Oh no, you know Lucy was awake. I was gonna say she was awake when I went down, but she's been up.
Yeah.
She must have been knackered. But she's never stopped for like 4 or 5 days. Mark says Nagash, Zombie Dragon stuff, Vargai, Skeleton, Graveguard, Black Knights, Corpse Cart, couple of Mortarks, Mortis Engine, and a few of the little solo characters are old. So it looks just under 50% new stuff. Yeah.
See, I don't really consider anything that's done in the last 10 years old.
Old is what Garth paints.
Yeah.
How is Garth anyway? I haven't seen him online for weeks.
He's just been going out.
Boozing.
Yeah, he's been able to get out and do stuff, so he's sort of been stretching his legs a bit. I think the last time he streamed was on last Wednesday or Tuesday or Wednesday.
Right.
No, on Tuesday, because Tuesday he went to London nightmare with his fucking visa. So I think it might have been.
Oh, how's he getting on with that, by the way?
I think he's got it moved on now because he had the. They failed his medical and his blood pressure.
What?
His blood pressure is elevated, and he's like sat there in the same room as like some quite large individuals that passed. And he's like, hang on. Of course, my blood pressure is elevated. I've been dealing with this bullshit for the last year and a half. I've been stuck here, not being able to go home. So, of course, my blood pressure is going to be a little bit high because I'm pissed off. But they failed him. They told him to go and get it done with the doctors. And the doctor did blood pressure and said there's no way he should have failed. And then he had like a nightmare of like having it officially written on documents say it was okay. And just went around circles, and I think it cost him about 800 quid each time he applied.
Jesus.
Yeah. So you get him.
So has he gave up or is he still trying?
I think he's still going through it all. It's all going through now. But he's had it approved before. But then they brought in that other lockdown.
Yeah.
In October. And when that happened, they basically, the Chinese government rescinded all visas from the UK, people from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically just watched $2,000 out the toilet. He also paid for a flight as well. And it's literally just all like fruit out the toilet. Because there's no refunds on anything. So, yeah, I'd be a little bit pissed off.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Fucking cheeky at saying, oh, you can't come to our country. It's like, hang on, it fucking started in your country. Come on. Come on. Be fair. Be fair.
Oh, I can hear my printer popping away. It must be nearly done, I think, because it's been going about 4 hours. I'm sure I set it away before 1.
Yeah, see, why isn't going in a minute? Give it a rest.
I kit bashed some tank busters for her as well. But the thing I love about painting the orcs blue, right, they don't need to look great because they're so brightly coloured. As long as they've got like red and white on them, and then the green, like silvers, golds, whatever, like they don't have to be particularly neat.
No. I mean, mine are going to be yellow, predominantly yellow or black.
What, yellow skin?
Well, they'll be green skinned, but they'll be like all their armour and stuff.
Oh, right. You're going Bad Moons, like?
Yeah. The idea is to basically have my printed Nazdrag, because the old metal Nazdrag model was probably smaller than one of those guys.
Hang on, have you got a Nazdrag to upscale?
No, what I've got is a Gazskull file
Right.
that I can print, but I have altered his big shooter into a custom Mega Blaster from a Big Mech kit, and all I did was I took the barrel off the Big Mech kit and I scaled it up a bit so it looks like suitably ludicrous and big. And then I've got his backpack with the smokestacks, and what I've done is I've merged some like energy like coils onto it to make it look like a power pack.
Right.
Energy. So it's like a Gazskull proxy that someone designed that I've butchered. So he'll be about the same size as Gazskull.
Right.
What he's done.
Do you know what I would love to find, right? And I struggle to find stuff, right, when it comes to 3D printing. I would love squig-themed stuff for Lucy. And the only thing I've managed to find is Kilocan equivalents.
Yeah.
Like, now I'm going on Yegi to search. And, like, there's plenty of, like, normal-sized squigs. Or there's, like, a colossal squig, but there's no, like, variations of anything.
Yeah, I mean, you can just scale them, can't you?
True. But then, like, there's no, like, arms on the side of them and stuff.
They don't have arms, do they?
No, but, like the ones I've got for Kilocans, like, do have arms on them.
Yeah. The squig's basically a set of teeth with legs, isn't it, really?
Yeah, but then, like, if I could find something like a flying version to make as, like, a death copter would be cool as hell.
The new ones.
Yeah, something in line with the new ones would be really cool, but I'm not going to find anything like that. Oh, actually.
What are the new death copters, actually? Too bad.
That's
I don't want it either.
That's quite big, but scale it down and make it like Warboss size. There, I sent you the link. How much could you scale that down? I sent you it on Discord, by the way.
Yeah, you can make that, like, you can make that as small as you want.
I wish there was some, like, Boar Riders that were squigs, just so that I could just print my own things that were essentially the new Boar Riders.
So they're buying them, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if some appear. I mean, some will appear, won't they? Because all these people that make these proxy models
Yeah.
will make alternatives to the originals. So once the actual original models get released, I won't be surprised if it's not long for someone on a Patreon or somewhere creates their own alternative you can print rather than buy.
I'm actually going to go and have a look on Geargut's Mech Shop now, because I signed up to his Patreon and you get the files every month free, but once the month's over, you don't get access to them anymore.
No. That's usually the case. They wouldn't be surprised if somebody like Artel makes them as well, but again, you buy the model rather
Yeah.
than buy them.
Pyro Bruisers, Sneaky Bruisers. Dogosaur might be a word to search. Veteran Bruisers. I'm just going to change my screen so people can see what I'm looking at. Fast attack, bruiser, bikers, buggies. Let's have a look at what's in buggies. Oh wow, look at that Megatrack Scrapjet. That's so cool.
That's actually on track.
Oh, look at that one. Oh, they're so cool, but like $12 each. Like $12 is not a lot, but like for one model, and then you're printing it. Like if I was printing like 3 or 4, then yeah, but jump bruisers. Oh, look at them with the wings on. Grots with helicopter. Ian! Ian! I need to send that to Ian, actually. I want to take a picture of that and send it to Ian. Storm Boys, basically, but Grots. Mega Goblin mini tanks. They're not mini. Mini tanks. Yeah, they are. Scout Copters. They're all really cool Def Copters. Oh, there we go. Dogosaur Hound Riders. Don't think they're quite big enough though. Like the guys are, but the squigs aren't.
Yeah, but I reckon the squig would be separate.
But you've got no way of knowing that until you buy it, have you?
No. You could just message it and go, is the squig a separate part?
True.
And just scale the squig up.
Loaded vehicles. Mega Walkers. Oh, they're Mecha Dreads, basically. Mech Guns. Mini Walkers. There, that's the one that I printed, Mitch. See, that's $25 for that file usually, but I got that as part of my Patreon. There's 2 other ones. He's actually, pirate veterans. I did not know these were a thing. They're not that piratey. Are they supposed to be freebooters? They are, aren't they? Mint.
Yeah, probably.
Scrap gunners. Oh, looters. So, where's Gear Guns Mech Shop? There. So that's the Mecha Dread that I'm on print. Oh, sorry, the Def Dread that I'm on printing, Mitch. Where I only give him 2 arms to print rather than 4 for the minute. And then this is the new one that he's released, and he just released this after I pressed print on the other one. So, like here, all of these ones already down the side is what he's released this month so far. So that was Walker C and D, the Bruiser Tank Hunters, and I'm like, I've just built some. Why are you releasing them now? Like, I could have just printed them. Hick Naughter. So this is a Morkanaut, but with like a truck for its body. So the one that I printed is a Pirate Naughter. So if you look, he's got a peg leg. I'll just switch me straight back. So he's got a peg leg, right? He's got a hook instead of the claw. And then if you look at his body, right, the body is basically the bow of a ship that's been opened up like a shark. And then he's the top of the ship with the deck. And then there's the mast out the front with the grot on it.
Yeah.
So the whole idea was it's like a pirate Gorkanaut. But look, can you see, Mitch, where I've been hollowing the big pieces out? Look, check me. Yeah. And under there as well.
Nice and light as well.
You what?
Yeah, nice and light as well.
Well, compared to what it could be, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Assault Gunners, that was some more shooter boys that he did. The Hick Odd Bruiser, I think this is supposed to be like a shaman with like loads of squigs on his back. I didn't like this one. It's very much a looted dreadnought, and I was like, not for me. Now this one I liked, but I can't think what to count it as. Like, I just love the idea that it's like a proper truck.
Yeah, I mean, that looks more like the trucks you used to get in Maybe.
But to be honest, you could probably print that and then just not put that gun turret on. Maybe just stick some sides on it and go, oh look, it's an actual truck.
Yeah,
like a truck.
Yeah.
A pain boy that he did carrying a stretcher. These mech dino walkers, and again they're all right, but sneaky bruises. I need to print. Look at this. Look, see, guy with a knife in his mouth. Where have you seen that? Or I don't know, maybe on the GW stream yesterday. So I'll be printing some of them commandos. He's got some little doggo target things, but meh. I can't work out if I like this or not. The bike reminds me of something off Halo, I think. I think the Brutes ride a similar thing on Halo 3.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a Brute. I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, I know what you mean.
And that Bruiser boss. And I'm pretty...
Isn't it a Brute chopper?
You what?
Isn't it a Brute chopper?
Yes, it was last month. So I have documents, 3D, Patreon. There you go, all of them. Brute Bruiser boss C, possibly. I think that's it. But yeah, I've got all the files there ready. Out of curiosity, I can leave these here, then just extract them when I need them, can't I?
It's on your computer. Even as a zipped file, it's there.
Right, okay. Because that's all last month's stuff.
Yeah, I need to get to the hard drive.
I'd probably need to end up with one, but to be honest, for the amount that I use, I probably wouldn't need. I don't think I would need it, but
yeah, so I've got stuff that I download, and I've got stuff that I design as well. So I can't do it.
Yeah.
At that point
Ooh.
now, I have to delete stuff to install stuff.
I don't even know how much of my hard drive I've still got. I don't think it's full.
I've got a terabyte drive, and yeah, I have to delete things to install things.
That's crazy, man.
If I get an external terabyte drive, most of that will disappear onto that. All the STLs can go onto that. I only want access to it when I want to do some slicing or editing something.
Yeah.
Or once I've finished editing it, I can move it onto there or whatever. That'll clear up a lot of space. That's when you got games like Grand Theft Auto on your computer. And Homeland Exiles, they're on like 100 gig games.
Grand Theft Auto 5 is 100 gig.
Yeah, something stupid like that. Might even be more.
Shit.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I've only got like a 400 or 500 gig hard drive, like.
Most games now are around sort of 450 mark. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, the more detailed, more complex the games get, the bigger the files get. Whereas like Borderlands 2 was an older game, and even with all the DLC, it was still only like 7 or 8 gig,
Yeah.
because it's an older game, whereas it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger now. Like Conan Exiles was again, that was 100 odd. Warhammer 2, that's big as well, because of the DLCs. Oh. Oh.
You alright?
Yeah, I was just tired. I'll probably have to disappear off, make some dinner,
Yeah, no worries, man. Thanks for hanging out.
and get my stuff ready for later.
Are you going to stream later on?
Yeah, I'll probably do it while the game's on, because I got no interest in watching.
There'll be loads of Warhammer people. There'll be loads of Warhammer people.
Watch the game, but I can't really bother.
There'll be loads of Warhammer people on later, man, because they won't be interested in the football.
It's the only thing as well. I stream later. I'm not going to be competing for like the same 10 viewers as other people.
Yeah, but you've got people that come watch you that don't watch me, and there's loads of people that watch others.
Yeah, and then I sit there and think about it and go, do I bother streaming at all?
Yes, yes, Mitch. The answer is yes.
Because if I don't stream, I won't paint, so...
You what?
If I don't stream, I won't paint, so there is that. Okay.
Or, if you're not up to streaming, if I still am streaming, you call me and you paint while you're talking to me.
Yeah, there is that.
So you don't necessarily have to stream. But I think, to be honest, I'm probably gonna take a break, have me tea, have a bath, and then come back.
Yeah, that's basically what I was going to do. I was going to have dinner, sort myself out, get my area ready. So at the moment it's still set up, like play the game, to the people, like rubbish out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to move it, check the camera is actually going to work.
Yep.
It did it the last 2 streams. It did it like during the stream. And I think it's where I moved the camera to pause something, and it like dodged them. Yeah, broke the connection with the wire a little bit.
Right.
And made the picture go funny. And then when I unplugged it, put the new battery in, it went back to normal. So I definitely think it's like it's definitely like the wire wiggles a bit in the socket on the camera itself. I don't think it's actually the wire. I think it's just simply the fact that the socket's got a bit of play on it.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
The camera's only a year old. It's not like that old. The wire I bought brand new with the camera, so I haven't always been using this camera for this. I didn't have a capture card to begin with. Because I can't use the Canon without a capture card.
Right.
You can, but the picture's like all stuttery and laggy. The camera hasn't got a brain to, hasn't got a good enough processor to make the image right
Okay.
on itself and broadcast it, whereas the capture card does all the thinking for it. Puts it into a little bit of a buffer, which is why there's always a sound delay in capture cards. Yeah, that's kind of what I don't know as well. It didn't have to wash Superior up.
Yeah.
But a lot of the people that would be streaming on Sunday are already streaming now.
Yeah.
Like Orky and Miniatures Den, Hellstorm, all that lot. They're already streaming. Jan streaming. So how who fucking knows? Who knows? Might do an hour and then give it up, call it a day. Which isn't the first time.
Just push through, you know you want to.
Mm.
Where's the guy with the patch? There he is.
Yeah, no, I've done one of those wind riders.
You what?
No, I've done one of those wind riders. I should get like screw the rest a little bit better.
Yeah.
Now one's like the ears now completely finished. I should be able to like motor through the other ones fairly quickly. But I was actually started doing all of the warlocks. So I could do the warlock and have that colour like dialed in, and then just do them and sort of motor through the rest of them. So I'll probably do him actually. I'm trying to get his cloak because they have like white cloaks. Trying to blend up from grey to white is not easy when you're using shit paints. I've got like a stack of Games Workshop whites. While they are shit, I mean, I'm playing as well, so I'm trying to use them with my paints. I was scared at the end of a couple of pots and I inherited a load more from my brother.
Yeah.
Wow. I won't use them before I buy any more. So I'm told like the Instar whites are good.
Yes, I have heard that. The Instar Paint Deep Clean Paintbrush Cleaner is fucking amazing.
Is that a liquid one? Or is it like soap like the others?
It's not liquid. Oh, 2 seconds.
So
This
it's
is
like
the
a block
conditioner.
pot, like
But
the Masters stuff.
comes in a little tiny pot like that. And it's only one.
Is it like the Masters brush soap?
It's not solid, no. It's
like a gel.
like a gel, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it's honestly, it gets so much of the staining off your brushes. It's unreal how good it is.
Okay, I'll have a look for that because I wouldn't mind getting some of them because I've heard their whites are really good. They're very high pigmented, but the pigments are small, so you don't get like the chalkiness that you get with like the Citadel ones. The Citadel pigments tend to be really large sort of grains, which is why I'm not particularly into them because they're metallics. I've gone away from their metallics completely. Almost just because, like I say, you can always see the flecks in the paint, whereas when you use like the Vallejo one, it just look like liquid metal.
Them soaps are only £1.57 or something.
That's cheap.
Oh, there's that one. Obviously, I have hammered that one to death. I haven't got much left in it now, but like you can see on the side here where I've scraped the brush how much crap comes out.
When I've got the brush masters, the masters brush
I've got 2 of them here, and honestly, they're terrible.
Yeah, I think it's weird because when you use it, you see loads of gunk and crap come out of the brush.
But it doesn't seem to clean the brush.
But I hit light strong fire as well. But yeah, you still seem to have loads of it on the brush still.
Yeah.
I've seen we were bashing in Tyrannic stream earlier. We were bashing up the focus of it, but they've got some brush cleaner, which is like a liquid, and they've got a conditioner, which is a separate liquid, and the reviews of that is quite good as well. But I haven't seen the pricing. Being artist focused, I imagine it's
yeah. So I got two bottles of conditioner and 2 deep clean soaps, and delivery, and I only paid about $9.50.
That's good. I need to get some more racks actually because I've got this new shelving unit there. When I stream it, I'll turn on the other camera and do like a panoramic because I've got a lot more height clearance now.
Mm-hmm.
Where my cameras are, I can actually have my Titan on the desk.
Terry does paint racks if you want to have a look at Terry's.
Oh, Demonscapes, yeah. What am I? Because I've got enough GW ones. Because I've got two of the small paint boxes, which the racks of those lift out, and they've got like little screw holes. So I'm going to put some boards up the sides.
Yeah.
And screw it into the boards. So that's the GW part. All sorted basically. It's more the dropper bottles.
I'm pretty sure he does Vallejo size ones as well.
Yeah, so I've got I've got probably about 20 Green Stuff World metals.
Yep.
And shift paints. And then I've got like some of the larger Vallejo ones just sit in the tray where they are now. But it's all the I've got one of those Army Painter mega boxes.
Right.
Of mini Matties back at Christmas. There's something like 60 paints in it, all dropper bottle paints.
Yeah.
And some brushes and all the agitator balls, all that sort of stuff, in a box. And they're just sitting there in the box at the minute because I don't think to use them. There's a lot of colours there that I don't have in set. So at least if they're like in front of me, next to me, I think to use it. Whereas at the moment I've got to like take the box out, open the box, go through each individual plastic tray to find the colour, and it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So I tend to just mix the colour that I want. Whereas if I've already got the colour, I might as well just use it. Otherwise it's just going to sit there and I end up throwing it away. I don't really pay for it, but still.
Well, I got some good news, Mitch.
You finished them?
Lucy has some flash kits.
Outstanding.
Minus the bases, but I'll see where I get painted by midweek. I've got a box full of the Apocalypse bases from Terry, literally ready to just dump these guys on top of. So I'm gonna head off. Actually, Mitch, I'm gonna go and get some. I've got some burgers from the butchers. My man picked them up, and they're like they've got a little bit of like flame and spice in them. Not too spicy or anything, but like really nice. I don't know. But they're really nice. So I'm gonna go and have a couple of them. I'm probably gonna have a bath and stuff as well, and then come back a bit later. Oh, but I'm glad they're done. I'm glad they're done. I don't know what I'm gonna do later. I might paint some more orcs. I don't know. I might work on the Mega Gargants. I don't know what I want to do later. I don't know.
I'm gonna do my Warlock. I might do some weathering on the Monolith.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Right. Well, for the guys watching, thank you very much for tuning in. Mitch, we've just spent like 4 hours talking.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you very much for watching, folks. And Mitch, I'll no doubt speak to you very soon.
Yes, catch you later.